Hey, this is Miko. Finally got a chance with a new M550. This is the new 8 series, the M Performance model. This is the V8, and we're going to take it on a short test drive. This is the only car we have, so we're not going to go crazy. So first of all, I wanted to show off the car. The car is gorgeous. It is a big car, so a lot of people are concerned like what the size, how it's working out. So take a look. I want to take a look at the trunk. The trunk is pretty deep. Seats do fall down, so I would guess a couple of golf bag fit, I think, this way. If not, you can fold seats down. That's the releases. The opening is kind of small, so it's not really practical. And before we drive, I'm going to show you how it will be to get into the rear seat. And that's a 4-seater, right? So there's a strap. There are no buttons. You pull the strap, and the seat moves, so it's easier to get in. And right now, the front seat is set up for me. I'm about 5'11", so I was comfortable. So I'm going to get in. And then when I close the seat on myself, it's very tight. So for a car that big, my knees are squashed, my head is hitting the roof, so it's a tight car.
You look really tight in there.
And now getting out. Getting in and out is okay for a 2-door, I guess. But it's very tight. It's tighter than the 4 Series, probably even tighter than a 2 Series. So that will conclude the walk around. Now we're gonna get in and take it on a short drive. All right, so next thing is the sound. Heard that, but the car sounds awesome. The V8 is tuned really well. And what else? So I drove it just for a few blocks to get away from the dealership to get over here. And first impressions, you can feel the weight of the car. There's plenty of power, but you can really feel it when you touch the brakes. Brakes are sensitive, they stop it well, but you can feel the whole mass. What else? Steering is different from older models. I think the turning radius is tighter. I was just doing a kind of like a 3-point turn, so that worked really well. And so far, on city turns, it's just easier to turn. It's more precise, tighter, but still very light. So not like old BMWs, so you don't need to break your elbows to steer it. It's still easy to steer. And we have 2 blocks before I get on the freeway, and on the freeway I'm going to try the sport mode just for a little bit. But for now it's just comfortable, very quiet. You can hear the engine, but it's not too loud. So it's a nice compromise of natural sounds versus, the luxury, super luxury car being quiet. I don't know if you heard that. Somebody is honking the horn. So you can kind of hear it, but it's really not bad. Alright, so we are getting close to the freeway. Let's try the sport mode. And we'll leave it in standard. Old models, you would have the option of pulling sport displays. I'm sure you can still pull them, but on new cars with the new iDrive 7, you can have, I just pulled sport displays right here in front of me. So it's harder for the passenger to see it, but it's very comfortable for me to see it. And if you want a separate video, I did a separate video on the new iDrive 7. The new X5 already has it, so you can watch that separately. The system is great, looks really good, really convenient. In sport, yeah, we're in sport. Well, that's what you would expect of the new V8, turbocharged, over 500 horsepower. Doesn't need to rev up high at all. Car also has the autonomous driving level 2, where it just basically drives itself. It can change lanes for you. We're not again, I'm gonna test it now because I did a separate video for that. But you get all the new cool toys in this car, the latest and greatest. And just the driving of this car is one experience a little bit. So in sport right now, steering, it just does whatever it's supposed to do. So it's very seamless. Everything is seamless. You don't need to think about anything. The car is not too loud. It stops and goes wherever you want it to do. So, you know, that's what you would expect. You really don't need to think about it. And we're going to turn around here and go a little bit more on the freeway. Right here, brakes feels really nice. I drive an X2, and compared to X2, this is like totally different braking system. So smooth, and just works great. The car is very balanced, doesn't dive. It is heavy, but you don't feel that it's diving forward. Hoping I'm gonna get a open start. Yep. Alright, so a little bit of acceleration up the hill. Oh yeah, that sound is awesome. That's at about 4,000 RPM, and then you really hear it opening up. And I got to the speed that I'm not even supposed to get to. So that was not even 0 to 60. It was a little bit beyond that. You can time it if you watch the video, but I'm sure Tesla is faster than that, but what are you going to do with it? And this car, you got full traction, all-wheel drive, and it was just totally seamless. Just push it a little bit, didn't feel hard, like it didn't feel like violent acceleration. That actually, it reminded me how the 760 felt, the M760 on the acceleration on the freeway, because that's how you felt it. It's just, you were 0 and then you're going super fast. You were here and now you're there. And that's the best feeling with a $120,000 car. So that's what you get. Alright. So that's the extent of the fun we're gonna have with this car. We're getting off the freeway into the beautiful San Francisco. The Salesforce Tower. Nice day, so we can take this car. And that'll be it. Thanks for watching.